Hi there, viewers and gamers alike out there, and welcome back for more of Arkham Twin Days of Marvel Spider-Man right here in Leo's Let's Plays Alliance. So, this game is rated T for teen because of the blood, language, and violence. Severe discretion is advised, but this is Arkham Twin Days of the Universal Lore and more. We're going to talk about the 10 supervillains who became superheroes. Like, what? I'm not kidding. 10 supervillains who became superheroes in no particular order. Not all supervillains are completely evil. In fact, many of them eventually turned good and became, or should I say become, heroes in their own right. A superhero is only as good as their villain. Seeing Spider-Man beat up some random thugs every now and then is fine. But if he never faced off against Green Goblin, the Webhead's adventures would get boring fast. The struggle that the hero faces as they go up against their greatest foes is what keeps readers coming back for more. But what happens when the hero finds themselves teaming up with an old adversary? And like, what? And why? All of this? Sometimes a villain finds the life of villainy just isn't working out and they switch sides, joining the heroes in the never-ending battle against evil. This switch doesn't always stick with the reformed criminal, often returning to their fiendish roots. But sometimes the baddie finds that being a hero is pretty a good feeling and they stick with it. It's a pretty good feeling and they stick with it. Like, this is new. I want to try this more and not go insane. Number 10. Magneto flips more often than Two-Face's coin. Like, what? Magneto, the self-declared master of magnetism, and yes, he's a mutant, has gone back and forth so many times. It is hard to keep track of where his allegiances lie from month to month. Once the leader of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, if you want to recall, Magneto was the X-Men's greatest foe right up until he joined them. Then he went back to being evil for a while before becoming a hero again. So is he went from hero to villain, villain to hero, or is he like anti-hero, to be honest, which I don't know. This flip-flop has gone on for decades and will likely go on for decades to come. The reason Magneto can so easily switch back and forth is because his ultimate cause, protecting mutants, is a noble one, even if his actions are sometimes quite horrific. I'll never understand Magneto, and I'll never had and I never will, but there is something that I do understand of Magneto. He does something out of the protection of his own family, and then he has to protect something else that's more worth fighting for than just his family. Number 9. Lex Luthor turned good for all the wrong reasons. And I do remember this back in the first game of Injustice, but here it goes. The biggest thorn in Superman's side, Lex Luthor, has shown up to help save the day a number of times. But it was always because he could benefit in some way. Most recently, Luthor helped the heroes fight against Perpetua, if that's a name of a villain or a supervillain, when she attempted to destroy the universe. When she is attempting to destroy the universe. But that was only after Perpetua betrayed him. Before that, he was on her side. Like, yeah. Luthor also became a hero when the crime syndicate of Earth 3 came to Earth 1 and took it over. But again, his reasons were less about saving others and more about not wanting anyone else in to rule the world. So, like, yeah, that's Luthor for you. After the Forever Evil event, Luthor did join the Justice League for a period, and he even continued to play hero when the New 52 Superman died. But once Superman came back, Luthor returned to his evil ways again. Like, when is he ever going to learn that he's never... Please, grow up, Lex! Let the past go and then let the healing begin, will you? I mean, you're such a ridiculous person, are you? Number 8. Sandman's heroism was taken away by another villain. Like, what? After years of fighting Spider-Man, Sandman, aka Flint Marko, decided to give the hero life a try when the Fantastic Four's Thing sat him down and gave him a good talk. Maybe more of like a small pep talk, perhaps, I don't know. Sandman joined the Outlaws, a team of rehabilitated villains, and helped Spider-Man on a few missions before receiving a presidential pardon and joining the Avengers as a reserve member before becoming part of Silver Sable's Wild Pack. Hey look, I'm a member of the NWO Wolf Pack on WCW back then! Wolf Pack's in the house! Big sexy Kevin Nash! Yeah, I got into that WWE. So what? I'm still a fan of it, so I'm not ashamed. But then, you know, wrestling is a part of a sport, if you want to know. Sadly, Sandman's tenure as a hero came to an end when the villainous wizard brainwashed him and returned him to his evil roots. Sandman reformed the Sinister Six and set out to try and destroy Spider-Man once again. That stinking rotten wizard! I hate that guy! Number 7. Tara had to be cloned to become a hero. Yeah, if you know who Tara is, she used to be a member of the Teen Titans. A member of the Teen Titans, Tara was introduced as a hero, but in truth, she was secretly working with Deathstroke to destroy the Teen Titans. Yeah, which more likely the teen heroes of the Teen Titans from the inside. For those who watch the original Teen Titans and know how the TV show goes or how the storyline goes, I believe you know how this is going in the comics. The half-sister of the hero Geoforce, Tara believed that instead of helping people, she and her brother should rule over them. In the end, Tara's evil ways cost her life. But years later, Tara returned from the 21st century, a clone of herself who was sent back in time to stop the birth of Donna Troy's son, who was destined to become the evil Lord Chaos. Tara joined the Teen Titans again and became the hero her friends originally believed she was. So, the clone was not the original, but the clone. But I'm not sure how did the clone last, but I'm pretty sure she wants to stay as long as possible. Number 6. Venom had the markings of a hero from day one. So he's villain and anti-hero. Yay for Eddie Brock, who watched a movie called Venom, who stopped this sinister group and then this other symbiote, and then, yeah, the Venom who wanted to become the hero with Eddie Brock. But then he hears voices in his head, and yes, that sounded like Randy Orton's theme. Unlike most villains, Venom didn't start off looking to become rich or to rule the world. For the alien symbiote that connected with Eddie Brock, it was all about revenge. Both the symbiote and Brock felt that Spider-Man had destroyed their lives, and together they would destroy his. But Eddie's religious beliefs meant that Venom would not kill anyone but Spider-Man, opening the path for him to become a hero. When the Carnage symbiote connected with Cletus Cassidy, Venom teamed up with Spider-Man to stop the murderous madman. Soon after, Brock and the symbiote left New York for San Francisco, where they started their heroic career. So usually the symbiote actually arrived in San Francisco, or maybe it arrived in New York City. I don't know. Depends on the writer's situation. I mean, the person who wrote Venom depends on whether he writes it on New York City or on San Francisco, whichever he or she chooses. I don't know. Number 5. Catwoman stole Batman's heart and became a hero in turn. One of Batman's earliest adversaries, Catwoman, spent a lot of her time caught between a burglar and being attracted to the Dark Knight, an attraction that Batman reciprocated. As time went on, Catwoman's criminal activity, that criminal activity took a backseat whenever Batman called on her, and in time the two admitted their feelings for one another. Catwoman gave up the criminal life and became a full-fledged hero, working alongside the Caped Crusader and even coming close to marrying him before both of their worlds fell apart by the Joker's hands. These days, Catwoman stays on the right side of the law while working to clean up her reputation. I mean, it's not hard to understand of what Catwoman is. Then again, she does have her own ideals. Number 4. Hawkeye was an accidental villain. Like, what? I'm not kidding. A circus performer known as he used to be working in a circus, if you want to know. A circus performer known as the world's greatest marksman, Clint Barton decided to play up his Hawkeye persona with a costume after seeing Iron Man in action. That's right! When Hawkeye first appeared in his new outfit, the police mistook him for a thief. And before long, Clint found himself teamed up with the Soviet agent Black Widow. However, he kind of wanted to hunt her down, and then wanted her to, to give a reason to give her a chance to live, or and also a chance to redeem herself. Like, she could have been killed off by Hawkeye, but instead, he made the ultimate decision. He decided to let her live. The two spent some time fighting the heroes and fell in love. But the criminal life wasn't what Hawkeye wanted. No. Tired of living as a crook, Hawkeye went to the Avengers and told them that he wanted to reform. From that day on, Hawkeye has been one of the good guys. Yay! Number 3. Rogue was recruited into villainy. Like, what? But she was a member of the X-Men. How can this be? Well, let's take a step back of what happened, shall we? Because this is Arkham Twin Days, and this is Alliance Teen. And this is a multi-universal lore. As with so many of Marvel's mutants, when Rogue's ability to absorb the energy and psyche of others through skin-to-skin contact emerged, she found herself ostracized by her community. I think that's a word, I believe, but I know it's in the dictionary. Alone and filled with rage, Rogue was found by Mystique. That's right, Mystique, who is a shapeshifter, if you want to know. I mean, she can transform a man, woman, anybody, like, yeah, you name it. Who convinced the young teen to join the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. During a battle with the Avengers, Rogue absorbed the powers and thoughts of Carol Danvers, then known as Miss Marvel, who's now called Captain Marvel. Unlike with others, Rogue did not lose Miss Marvel, or should I say Captain Marvel's powers or memories after a brief period of time. With Carol's thoughts mixed in her head, Rogue turned to Professor X's help to Professor X to help her clear her mind, leading to her joining the X-Men. And there you have it. Who was a villain back then, now a so-called hero by the name of Rogue. Number 2, Clayface just needed a friend. Like, what? I'm not kidding. Clayface, a B-list actor who turned to murder when he found out one of his films was being remade. Basil Karlo was the first Clayface. Really? And I thought it was something. I thought it was Matt Hagen, the movie actor, and continues to be the most well-known. Basil started off using simple makeup to change his appearance, but after getting his hands on the blood samples of Preston Payne and Sandra Fuller, better known as Clayface the Fourth and Lady Clay. Yeah, there's a Lady Clay. Basil gained the ability to shapeshift, just like Mystique, which is absolutely incredible. I mean, you cannot copy the mutant's powers, but can you copy the physiqueness of, yes, and the look-alike and talk, but can you try to mimic their traits? Like, very, very much if you become an actor. For years, Basil and Batman fought it out, but when Batman came to the conclusion that all Clayface really wanted was to help controlling his powers and emotions, the Caped Crusader offered his foe a spot on, get this, on a new superhero team. While most believe Clayface died in battle, the truth is Basil chose to leave behind the superhero life and live quietly outside of Gotham. In other words, no one has seen Basil Karlo ever since. He lives somewhere in Gotham, but has no idea where Basil is. In other words, he's disguising as someone else because he is living in the shadows. So without further ado, we have no idea what has become of him. It's just absolutely incredible. And number 1, Wonder Man started off with embezzlement before becoming a supervillain. Like, how is that supposed to happen? Well, I am going to tell you. At just 22 years of age, Simon found himself running Williams Innovations even though he was not prepared for the job. Simon's business decisions were all dreadful, costing Williams Innovations billions. When his brother convinced Simon to embezzle money from the company and invest in criminal activity, Simon soon found himself under arrest. Simon was broken out of jail by the Masters of Evil and was given powers by Baron Zemo and became Wonder Man. The trick was that without a special potion that Zemo had, Simon would die. Looking to save his own life and stop the Masters of Evil, Wonder Man turned to the Avengers for help. Wonder Man died soon after, but upon returning to life, he became a hero. And that is how he is. Like, why is he called Wonder Man? Is he somewhat similar to Wonder Woman? Close. He's called Wonder Man, not Wonder Woman. Of course, he does not have the Wonder Man does not have the lasso of truth. And Wonder Woman has it, Wonder Man doesn't. Of course, does he fly? Perhaps, who knows? Does he have superhuman strength? Yes, just like Wonder Woman. How can this be? DC and Marvel are closely similar, and it can relate to something, even in Japanese anime, no doubt about it. The TV series, the movies, and the manga, the cinematic universes, you name it, you call it, anything is possible to make connections with that matter. And for that, we are going to stop here for the time being, and thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and tell me, what do you guys think of Marvel's Spider-Man, of multi-universal lore, and more of Arkham Twin Days? Do you like it or hate it? Mash that like button and or share this video. If you guys love the multi-universal lore and more, which I give you any fresh off the topics such as myself every Tuesdays and Thursday evenings, and also an Arkham Twin Days special weekends. As your friendly neighborhood superhero who likes to take chances, making mistakes, and getting messy, who likes peanut butter and chocolate and or breakfast for dinner, Godspeed, play safe, and shalom. Remember to fight with honor, love, truth, and justice, and I'll see you guys next time for more of Arkham Twin Days. Woo-hoo-hoo! Look at me, Mom! I'm flying with style! And also swinging